Hey guys, it's your girl T, Tina, Tinaco, EXO. I've gone under all those nicknames. Basically today, I'm very new to this, so please excuse me if I do stuff some things up. I know that I will because I'm that kind of person. Share a little story time with you guys about the reasons why I reverted to Islam. You know, if there's something that you want to do out there, there's something that you really have your heart set on, go out and do it, because no one is stopping you except for yourself. And that's what I felt about me reverting to Islam, because it took me probably about 3 years seriously for me to revert. 3 long years of just like researching and thinking about like, okay, is this going to affect me in the long term, short term? How am I going to feel? My family, my friends, am I going to lose friends? Am I going to get a job? Like, am I going to lose my job? Like, all these things, because I'm a very paranoid person. I'm going to be 100% real with you. Chinese and English are the 2 languages I speak, and my mom is Buddhist and my dad is Greek Orthodox, so I've been exposed to both religions and faiths for a very long time, probably for about 19-20 years. And I went through both stages. At one point I said I was Buddhist, and one time I said Greek Orthodox, and you know, I went through that. Like, I went to China, and I went with my mom to pray in the temples, and I've been to temples in Sydney, and I've also you know, gone to church. I used to go to church like every single Sunday religiously. And you know, I fasted for Lent and like for Easter and for Christmas. Like, I did all that. So for me, I guess you can say I'm a very religious person. And I've always wanted, I think, for me to find the right connection to God, and I think that's the main thing. So since I was very little, maybe about 5, I saw, you know, on TV about the Middle East. So you had like, saw things about Iraq and Saudi Arabia and all that, and I was like, oh, Mom and Dad, I really want to go there. Like, I thought about it, I was like, I want to be a Middle Eastern correspondent. And if I asked my parents this now, they probably forgot that I even said it, because children say a lot. I would look at women with the hijab and think, oh my god, they are so beautiful, mashallah. Of course, I didn't know that word back then, but honestly. And, you know, I thought it was beautiful, the things that Islam, you know, teaches and preaches and all that, that, you know, women should be modest and everything. And I kind of, when I got older, I finished high school. I went to a lovely high school. Lovely, but I do find that in any kind of high school that when you finish your HSC or finish your studies and you go into the real world and kind of reality, like when I came out of high school, I was like hit with all these things. I was like, I need to get a job, I need to do all these things, like I'm an adult now. Like, oh, mind you, I was 17 when I finished the HSC, and then I turned 18 maybe a few weeks later or maybe a month later, so not like I was that young. But I feel like you get to be your own person after you finish high school, and you get to make your own informed decisions, and you know, you're not spoon-fed. The major thing for me was I started working for a company which was run by a Muslim family, and they are like the loveliest family. Like, I was great with them and everything, but I started asking questions. Like, I'd go into work and I'd be like, oh, so, you know, tell me about like Ramadan, and tell me about like, why do you say like inshallah and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, would ask them about that, and you know, you always hear like stereotypes like, oh, cars, like, yeah, wallah cars, like, okay, like, I wanted to ask them, you know, why is that? And slowly, I got my answers from them, but you know, I felt like I didn't want to bother them with so many questions, because I'm like, if I like something, I will research into it, I will like do all my informed readings, like I'll go ask around, like I'll watch YouTube videos and all that. Like, I'm so into it. So I started doing my own research online. So I was Googling away at night, and no one knew for about 3 years that I was kind of doing that, like just going into it, researching into it. And you know, I felt like at one point I did have a relationship breakdown, I guess, and after that I kind of felt like I was questioning whether there was a God, and I was going to church and I was like, I'm still not seeking the answers that I want, and I was praying, but I felt like God wasn't answering my prayers. Like, I started getting really doubtful, and I started looking towards Islam, and then I felt like I was getting all these answers that I needed. And I'm not going to say the questions or whatever that I was kind of looking for, because I feel like that's on a whole personal level. but I was kind of looking and searching for answers. The moment I took my Shahada, I cried. And I felt like, wow, all the bad things that I had done were like swept away off me. I've never, you know when they say like a huge weight has been lifted off your shoulders? I've never ever felt that until that day. I took my Shahada and then I honestly felt like, wow, I've gone to the gym and I've lost 20 kilos. Like, it was just such a good feeling. Number one, if I was going to become Muslim, I was always going to wear the hijab, because I felt like it was just, for me, it felt like it was something that I needed to do. It's just, you know, goes hand in hand with Islam. Cool, like, I don't have to straighten my hair every day, I don't have to curl it, you know, I just get out of bed, I'm like, whatever, throw something on. You get different colours. I've probably got about like, I don't know, I say 80, but I think I've got more, because I've got them in my wardrobe and I've got them on this like hanger thing, and I've got too many scarves. But you know, a girl, it's kind of like shoes, a girl can never have too many scarves. So I was kind of really shy, because for me, I really don't have in the beginning, I didn't have any Muslim sisters to kind of help me or guide me. It was all kind of me online. Like, I had to research, like, how do I pray, and like, what do I say, and what are these words that you say, like little things that you drop just to thank God, and like, you know, it was a lot for me. I don't know Arabic, and inshallah I will learn Arabic, but all of this was so new, and I felt like, okay, I am a different person now, and this is, like, I am the same person, like, personality-wise and everything, but I think, like, of course, religious-wise, I'm a different person. I've got to, you know, how the way I conduct myself is totally different. In the beginning, I was really shy, and I didn't want to tell people. Like, I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell my best friend, I didn't tell, like, a lot of my friends, and it was hard. And then when I went to work one day, I just called my regional manager, and I was like, look, I've reverted, I'm going to wear the scarf. Is that an issue? And I was really nervous. I was full gonna think that she was gonna say, no, you're fired, no. But she was like, that's fine, like, that's your choice, no one's gonna stop you. And I was like, wow, like, how I thought people were so small-minded, they're actually not. And that's the one thing you gotta remember, that if you want to do something massive or do anything, small, little, whatever, there are gonna be judgmental people out there. It's kind of like inherent for people to be judgmental, and, you know, even though at the end of the day, we shouldn't judge, because at the end of the day, God's going to judge you for your actions, but people do judge. On the other hand, I think I've had more of a positive feedback than negative, because I've had a lot of support, a lot of support. And honestly, I probably didn't lose as many friends as I thought I would, but at the end of the day, I said this to one of my girlfriends the other day, that it's a natural part of life to lose friends, because people drift, friendships break apart, you know, whatever, for whatever reason, people change over time. But also, God shows you in the end who your true friends are. So if they're there for you, they're really going to be down for you. And that's what I felt like when I reverted, that people were actually down for me, and that they were there to support me, they had my back, and I could not thank them. Like, I thank them every day, because it is insane how much support I got when I thought I had no support. Think about it, you come out of a bad relationship, you really don't know who you are, you're searching for answers on who you are, and suddenly you fall into this new religion and you're a totally different person, and people see you and you wear a scarf and they're like, oh my god, is this Christina? Like, I had neighbours that were like calling me, like, in a shopping centre, and they're like, Christina? And I'm like, do I say hello? Do I run away? I don't know what to do. And, you know, you just say hi and, like, you know, it's fine. Overall, I honestly thought that people would not recognize me, but I'm still the same person, you know, it's still the same face, honey, still the same face, still got my beat makeup on, like, just remember that. And for me, it was probably the best decision of my life, alhamdulillah, that I reverted and became Muslim, and I would not change a minute of it. I would not change a minute of it, because I love this religion. I love who I am. I feel like I've found myself, and, you know, if it takes religion to find who you really are or who you are, then go for it. If it takes something else, like moving to a different country, learning a different language, I don't know, something, then go for it. Because at the end of the day, and I'm going to preach this like a broken record, if you want to do something, you go out there and do it, honey. There is no one stopping you but yourself. Because you live this life for yourself. You don't live this life for someone else. For me, I just wanted to let you know, if you want to do something, go do it. Even if it's a struggle, at the end of the day, it's worth it. Because I know for a fact that this becoming Muslim was a struggle. It was a struggle. And my mum always says that life is constant suffering. So I kind of suffered a little bit, but now I'm out of the clear. I feel so much better, alhamdulillah. So if you like this, please share, tag your friends, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I've got Snapchat, which I do a lot of rants on and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just really silly. That's who I am. Please, 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 please. Thank you so much, and hope to see you soon in more videos, inshallah.